We are live right now. This is a live shot here of the racetrack because we're going green early. Chase Gibbons, why? Toss it down to the booth. Christian Viscani is joining me. We're going green. We are racing in the Trick or Treat 150. Good Lord. It's Connor Trafari that leads lap 1 here at Chicagoland. Alexander Hyder up to second. Michael Walls, your pole sitter, is back to third. Welcoming you here to the broadcast tonight. For some reason, Chase Gibbons made the session launch 10 minutes earlier than it should have, so we go green 10 minutes earlier. In the midst of all that, everything decided to try to stop working all at once, but we are here, we are live, and we got the green flag, and we've got all the racing going here. So we welcome you to tonight's broadcast of the Trick or Treat 150, presented by Matrix Media here for race number 3 of the XASCAR MotorStardom Cup Series. It is tossed down to the booth as always. Ryan Bogey will be joining us in a bit. He had to go run off and do something. Joining us, though, special in the booth tonight, it is a driver here in the XASCAR MotorStardom Cup Series who is currently on a bit of a hiatus for a week. Christian Viscani. Christian, welcome to the booth.
Yeah, it's an honor to be here. I would say I traded in my fire, but in reality, I just traded in my sweatpants and a t-shirt for a different pair of sweatpants and a different t-shirt. We're using a video game, so it's a pleasure to be your antics.
Meanwhile, racing happening on the racetrack. Battle for the race lead is underway. Oscar Enriquez working the outside lane to take over the race lead here on lap number 4. That number 96 BRN Trick or Trade Chevy SS is now taking over the top spot.
I want to point your attention to Ryan Barone's car. He's racing very good car. He's in 17th.
See, Ron's here, 17th place right now. You mentioned it. He's out back, logging some laps, but battle up here for second. How about Gabe Gazzola moving through the rankings? He is up to second place now. Alexander Hyder going by, and Connor Trafari from first, now back to about 5th. Very quickly here, he has cycled from his top spot to just hanging on to a top 5.
Keep it real with you. I don't really know what I'm doing. I was hoping Ryan Bogey would be here. I need to read him. But he's fighting ghosts.
That's okay. You got a chance. You know, pretty much what I'm going to do, I'll throw it to you. If we see something, if you see something on the racetrack, maybe that you think you need to draw our attention to, you can shout it out, call it out, and you can kind of point us in the direction. You know, for example, something like the fading back of the likes of, Connor Trafari, who's back in 5th and trying to hang on to this spot with pressure coming from Ethan Harrison and then Brad Sawinski in the 28. This 9 car quickly has dropped off and is trying to hang on to it, but I think it's something to do with running this bottom line compared to everybody else running the top.
Running the top in practice. We got Brad, I think that was on the wall back there, a couple spots back of Connor. A lot of guys running the top in practice, but that's people just pushing it, trying to get every last bit out of their cars. It's definitely an interesting setup, but it is made by Quentin Haley, so we expected nothing less.
See battle for 5th happening. Trafari going to lose to Ethan Harrison on the high side. And just up ahead, you see Alexander Hyder.
Oh, no. Gabe just absolutely widowmakers the wall. He's going to be in for a long night. That steering's definitely messed up.
That is a big...
Second outside the top 10 now, it looks like.
Quick jump back to show you what happened into the corner. Just got on the high side and just overdrove it. Buried it in the outside wall, and he lost a ton of spots, a ton of time. And with that likely damage, too, it's going to be a nightmare for this 18 car on All Hallows Eve.
That's what I was talking about. Just barely, entered a little too high or hit a bump or something. Just absolutely came around on them. So yeah, they'll be struggling until he's able to get some damage repaired.
Back up to the front, Oscar Enriquez losing a little bit of time there that last lap. I think he might have caught the wall as well. And that's got Michael Walls back in contention for the race lead after being all the way back. you know, fading back to about 4th. Now the 47 car is storming back to the field.
Gonna make a dive. He's running about half a track lower than the Oscar, and it's actually gonna work for him. He might actually get the lead this time back at the line.
Michael Walls on the inside, Oscar Enriquez on the outside. These two drivers very familiar with each other and very familiar on JCTV and BRN. Of course, running in the Slide Job Racing League on Tuesday nights together. They've run the Amsoil Truck Series when Oscar's made starts. But right here, Micah's going to take an aggressive slider in front of Enriquez. He's able to clear him for now. Enriquez, though, back to the inside, trying to take back the top spot.
Close in Hyder might actually have a pretty good run here. He's wrapping the bottom pretty well, but it's going to be Micah powering off the top. He should have a pretty commanding lead here as they come into one.
And suddenly we've got 4 cars, now 5 cars battling for this race lead just like that. It's Walls leading, Enriquez second, Hyder is third, Ethan Harrison up there in 4th, Connor Trafari in 5th back in the picture. He took the lead on the jump of this race and he is looking to get back to it right now in 5th, still within the picture, but you see how quickly they're getting tight together. Battling for the second spot. Caution's out on the racetrack. It looks like it might be Declan George in the 17. Indeed it is. Spun down on the inside lane. Or inside in the grass in the infield there into turn number 3. So under the caution for the first time tonight. We'll take a look at your BRN replay. See just what happened to this 17 car. Just through one. You see the same thing we saw with Gabe Gazzola. Catches the wall, kind of buries it into it, and then trying to get off the wall. Ends up getting turned. I believe that's the 26 of Garrett White. That was just right there. Wrong place, wrong time for Garrett White to end up pretty much being the bumper that 17 spins off of. Take it right on board. 17 gets the wall, stays in the wall, and then trying to get off it. Garrett White's right there. 17 just goes for a spin in the infield. Single car accident, but it will bring out the caution first time tonight.
Pacing here, only got about one couple takers on pit road, not many, which isn't shocking. The fuel runs about 36 laps. We have 3 sets of tires in the pits. I like the idea of pitting here, especially for some of the guys that are in the back, like Ryan Cam and Connor Zola. You ain't gonna win being on the same strategy as the leaders when you were already in 20th, so this should be interesting. Gabe's taking some damage repair, it looks like, so we'll have some strategy in this one then.
If you're a baseball fan, it is tied up. Dodgers and Yankees. Yankees have just completely collapsed here and let the Dodgers back into it.
We got more fans trying to steal balls.
Not tonight. No, they're not doing that tonight.
That was the only thing I've seen from the entire World Series. I don't know if that says anything about me.
I'm not a baseball fan, but I'll keep tabs of the World Series. Other important news, Western Kentucky is up 31-7 on Kennesaw State, so Western Kentucky looks to keep hold of that conference lead in the CUSA.
Yeah, we're choosing.
Field choosing.
I'm on choose watch.
Top or bottom they go.
Yell. Oh, brown. We're gonna have a clean choose. Wow, we did it. I'm proud of these guys.
So Michael Walls will be restarting on the top spot in the front row with Oscar Enriquez to his outside. Got Alexander Hyder, Ethan Harrison in row number 2. It's Connor Trafari, Bradley Sawinski in row 3. Row 4 it is, I believe, that is Andretti Robinson in the 45. To his outside, it's the 71 of Corbin Collins. Then it looks like it is Nicholas Martinez and Larry Miles making up your top 10 as we get ready to go back green.
We're going to get a huge one. That's my prediction. Pen it in right now.
It wouldn't shock me if we got one in this race. On these if we get restarts like this, I think we might see it, especially with it, only 15 laps. But I think, if we get a restart later on, fresh tires and stuff, I think we're going to see a big stack up. I wouldn't be shocked about it, but let's see what we get tonight. Michael Walls will mash the gas in the restart zone and put us back under the green flag. You see wheel spin already from Oscar Enriquez there on the bottom lane, on the top lane. Hyder will jump up to the top side and take over second for now. Maybe looking to see if he can capitalize and get by Michael Walls for that top spot.
Ain't going to be able to do it all. That 3 wide becomes 2 wide for fourth now as Enriquez took third. Harrison and Trifari battling for it. Now Trifari with a big dive trying to get inside of Enriquez for the third spot once again.
Trying to see if he can do it. Can't quite get there as the field crosses the start-finish line. This time by lap number 17 underway. It is Michael Walls out in front of this field.
Back up the top 10. And Freddie Robinson did some move I'd do. He absolutely forced it middle 3. I'm proud of him. He gets the Visco award for the day right now. Micah, I think, almost wrecked it off doing something. I don't know what he was.
He's on the inside lane. Hyder on the outside. Hyder might have caught the wall there just now.
Yeah.
That's going to stack them back up here for this top 5. Ethan Harrison forcing the middle 3 wide of Connor Trifari and Oscar Enriquez. See what he can do as Michael Walls trying to fend off Alexander Hyder, who's on the inside now for the race lead.
No, that top lane's just a little too good. Although, if anyone's going to be able to pass in the non-preferred line, it'll definitely be Hyder. He's probably the best driver, I'll say it, in this league, honestly. So, if anyone can take the fight to the top lane on the bottom, it'll definitely be Hyder.
Hyder wrapping the bottom, coming up a little bit, almost doors to 47 as they come down the front straightaway. It's even at the line just about. Walls led the lap that last time by as they head back down into turn 1. Ethan Harrison now slides into 4th. Car on the wall in the background, that's Bradley Sawinski in the 28. He's going to fade back some spots as they try to gather it up. Everybody trying to make sure they can take evasive action if this 28 goes around. Back up front, still side by side for the lead. Hyder still giving chase to your race leader, Michael Walls.
Walls, he is loose on exits. I don't know if it's the setup, but the way he's driving it, he almost wrecked it again. And this time, Hyder might be able to clear him into 1 for the race lead. It looks like he can actually set it down in there on Hyder, but not going to be able to go anywhere with him right in front of him.
Bradley Sawinski struggles, continuing back to 13th. Continue to drop. See 3 wide yet again here for second place. Walls on the outside of Harrison, and then Trifari down in the bottom lane.
That's tight. That's a sketchy situation to be in, especially as the tires continue to wear. I think they'll be able to do it. I got to trust him. Ethan's going to do a slide job and kind of take the top lane from Micah. He might be able to kill second.
In second right now, Trifari to the inside, trying to give challenge to this 77 car for this second spot. Trifari not yet going to clear. He thought about it, but he is going to have a better run off the corner, I think, than Harrison, at least towards the line. Trifari might be setting up for a pass here on the exit of turn 2. If he can get a better run this time, Ethan Harrison way up the racetrack, going to run this high line all the way up against the wall of this outside lane. Caught the wall. Caught the wall, and Trifari clears now for that second spot. On the backside here, fading back is Oscar Enriquez, back to 10th place now in this number 96. He is continuing to drop spots, but right there with him, how about Ryan Barone up in the picture down in the top 10?
Racing for a good cause today. Ryan Barone is. He's trying to make me proud. I'm proud of him. He's struggling in practice. He qualified 22nd, and he's up to the top 10, so he'll get there.
Yeah, but so far, not the biggest mover of the race, despite starting 22nd, because right behind him, started in 26th, it is Aiden Smith. But we got a caution on the racetrack again. It's Matthew Logan and Chase Gibbons. Oh, that's karma for starting the session 10 minutes early, I think. Take a look at your BRN replay. Take a look at your BRN replay and show you what happened on the exit of the corner. That was a big stack up, pretty much, coming off the corner. Right here, Gibbons just gets the wall. So does Brad Sawinski. Everybody stacks up. Larry Miles trying to miss, just gets into the back of the 6. And right there, Matthew Logan. Big hit to the side of the 6 car. Heavy damage to Matthew Logan's car.
And they really know where Matthew could have went there. They kind of just just fell into his lap, unfortunately. I don't think he'll be the points leader after this race, although crazy things have happened in this league, so.
John Ward just out of nowhere. That starts two. Bradley Sawinski gets the wall ahead of Gibbons, which, I mean, I think Gibbons will get the wall anyways, but just it stacks everybody up. Larry Miles just has nowhere to go. And then right here, Matthew Logan sees part around Chase Gibbons, and Logan just has no shot but to drive into the door of this 6 car. So he'll head down pit lane, get some damage repair. You see Gabe Cazola as well. A lot of guys taking pit road this time, actually, it looks like. Top 5 stay out. Everybody else comes down pit road.
Yeah, I'm kind of confused by Hyder and these guys staying out, but I mean, they're better drivers than me. They know what they're doing, but I thought you definitely want to split it if given the chance in about thirds, like, or, fourths. That's fell perfectly to do so, so it's kind of interesting that they decided to stay out.
It is a massive split decision between all these drivers on what they decided to do. So Alexander Hyder, Connor Shafari, Corbin Collins, they stay out here under this caution. Diego Roldan and Jason Marshall pit under the last caution, but it looks like they took fuel only, if anything. Just a 7.1 second stop, 6.4 for Jason Marshall. James Yusa did not take anything. He is not pit yet in this race. Declan George, the reason for our last caution, he ended up he pit that last caution, so obviously he's already pit. Then Ryan came in the 31. He pit that same time that last caution. Then I said the top 3 drivers that came off, Ethan Harrison, Hunter Collier, Oscar Enriquez, they did not take tires, I don't believe. It was an 8-second stop exactly for Ethan Harrison. Same for Hunter Collier, a 7.8 for Oscar Enriquez. So wondering if they just took fuel only under this stop. Michael Walls did take tires. Same with Nicholas Martinez, Ryan Barone. Just a weird shakeup of decisions here. Definitely a big split in the field on what they want to do and when they're going to do it.
I don't know. I mean, they have 3 sets laying. Now, Barone took a set, so he's got 2. I'm technically crew chiefing him, so that's how I'm getting this info. But looking at Hyder, he ran his fast lap was on lap 2 at 30.1. His last green flag lap before that caution was at 31.1. So they fell off about a second, so that's really even more confusing that they wouldn't take tires, but they know something I don't know, probably, so.
So should be choosing this time. I believe. Indeed we are.
Oh, Gabe Cazola left the race. You're kidding.
Damage likely too much to overcome, yeah. I mean, that's definitely a pick to make. I mean, from what I've seen from Gabe Cazola in racing, the best place to pick him is the super speedway. The worst place to pick him is anywhere else because something happens to take him out of it, whether it's his own doing or just the most insane actions that find their way to taking him out. It is just... I always joke about drivers with bad luck in racing, especially here on our broadcast. Gabe Cazola has got some pretty bad luck sometimes. He creates it sometimes, but other times it is just completely out of his control. But tonight it was his own doing, and I guess the damage was just too much to overcome, just wasn't having enough fun, and I'm not going to blame him for that, because if you're not having fun, why race?
I don't know. You want to talk about unlucky? I got suspended for multiple weeks for actions outside my control. I think that's unlucky. I'm a victim of circumstance.
We're going green, by the way. Green.
That's AJ Hyder. Who's the first guy on tires? I want to watch though.
First guy on tires is Michael Walls in the 47, currently in 10th. Technically Declan George is as well, but Michael Walls on freshest tires in the field, so keep your eyes on that 47. The Mississippi Missile going to try to fly through the field if he can. It looked like they might have been wrecking in the back, I thought.
Oh yeah, those tires, they're digging.
He's going to try to cut through as quick. Hunter Collier almost had contact. Andrew Robinson and Ryan Barone made contact, dooring each other down the front straightaway out of exit of turn 4. Nicholas Martinez trying to do the same thing that Michael Walls is doing. Contact with Declan George. He's going to save it. Somehow everybody's going to take evasive action. Micah's trying to squeeze up. Contact with Brad Sawinski. So now, instead of Michael Walls being the lead driver on tires, it goes to the 48 of Nick Martinez, who is up now to 8th place. Hyder is your race leader. He's holding strong right now over Connor Trafari.
I think Declan George, though, he's trying to wreck it. He might have saved it. I don't know what he's doing.
He absolutely saved it. We'll take a quick look back and show you what happened. Just got loose in the exit of the tri-oval. Spun down to the apron, but he was able to save it. So 17 keeps rolling.
Dude, Barone's the first one on tires. He's going to do it. Well, he might
Yeah,
not.
Barone is.
Hold up Martinez here.
Yeah, Barone and Martinez, the first two on tires, trying to make their way to the front here. They've also got Andretti Robinson in the 8th place right now in that 45, trying to do the same as they're doing. But see Barone wrapping the top side, and how much quicker he is, just flying by Diego Roldan right there. Now to the inside of Trafari and trying to go to the race lead. He's got Hyder up ahead of him. He's going to go to the outside. Ryan Barone challenging for the top spot. He might take it here. Indeed, he will. Barone leads on lap 31, but here comes Nicholas Martinez.
Now we're going to have a fresh tire. Martinez the best on these tires. I think Martinez is a bit quicker than Barone, but we're going to have to wait and see. Barone might be able to fend him off.
Barone slightly faster, was not stuck in traffic. Martinez trying to make the moves. Andretti Robinson right now is in 6th on fresh tires. Michael Walls behind him in 7th. As the shuffling continues on, Andretti Robinson trying to work to the outside of Diego Roldan now. For 5th, he'll take that spot. The number 45, the Duracell throwback, kind of reminiscent of what we saw. And Ethan Harrison back up the racetrack. Caution is out. Everybody misses. That's 77. Just getting ready to say, Andretti Robinson's throwback scheme running right there tonight is the Ryan Blaney throwback he ran back in, I believe, 2018 was what I was getting ready to say. And then I saw Ethan Harrison decided to make an unorthodox trip down into the infield. We'll take a look on your BRN replay to see what happened with this 77 car. Contact here with the 25. I believe that's Connor Zola, and then Harrison just cutting the grass. That ends up just sliding it back somehow, some way, back up the racetrack, and everybody able to miss the 77.
Quit driving that thing. Well, now, I would imagine Barone and Martinez are going to stay out, but there's no world in which Trafari and Hyder and those guys don't pit here. If I had to guess. But what do I know?
Well, we'll see this time. They're going to pit here if they come around and choose to do so. Somehow, some way, the most cars we've had involved in one of these accidents has only been the 2. Technically 3 if you count the contact with Larry Miles on Chase Gibbons in their accident with Matthew Logan. See the split decisions on pit road. Hyder Trafari, Diego Roldan down pit lane, so it's Corbin Collins in the 71. As they make their way to their stalls to make their first stops of the night, some of them.
Should make a singular wireless graphic so I can ask people watching a question. Remember the singular wireless polls?
I do remember.
Did you ever
those.
see those? Yeah.
I got rolled on a long stop on pit road right now. Not sure if he's just getting damage repaired or serving a penalty, but that 99 is still on pit lane. About the 32nd stop so far for Diego Roldan. We'll see if he's going to end up getting out of there anytime soon. Might just be a penalty. No, he's rolling now. Just had some damage repaired, I guess. For the 99. So Ryan Barone is your race leader. Nicholas Martinez is currently 2nd. Then it's Andretti Robinson, Michael Walls, Bradley Sawinski are your top 5 as they run right now.
I was gonna drag Barone in here, but I lost all my power due to my encumberment, so we won't be able to hear from our race leader. I'm gonna ask him a question. I'm gonna go on location. I'll be back.
So
In
he'll
1
do
sec.
that. We'll talk about this one here. With this caution, Brandon Thomas is back on the lead lap. He had connection issues to start this race, ended up out of the session. He is back in the session, and he is now back on the lead lap thanks to these cautions coming out when they did. So he's back into this thing.
Alright, I got the scoop. I asked Ryan Barone, I said, Ryan Barone, how are you feeling in this current moment, leading the field in the trick-or-treat 1000 at Chicagoland or whatever this is? And he said, and I quote, I'm shaking, I'm shivering, I can't feel my legs. I'm so nervous. I've never been in this position before. So, Ryan Barone's got a case of the jitters. But it's understandable because I've never seen him lead a race before. And that's your Ryan Barone update. Dawson Allen.
I'm here.
Okay.
I've been here.
Okay.
Getting a drink, getting my lips parched. Because I'm thirsty. So
Yeah, you didn't say nothing. I got scared. I thought it was just me. That would be a bad.
you're okay.
Terrible.
You're okay. You're
Yes, I'm sorry.
like a dog with anxiety issues. So Ryan Barone is your race leader. Nicholas Martinez second. Adrian Robinson is third. Michael Walls fourth. Jason Samito with the choose will line up fifth, I believe, because of this choose on the inside of row 3. Let's take a look and see. Indeed, he is. You got Brad Sawinski outside of row 3. Row 4, you see the 26 Garrett White, 25 Connor Zola. It's Alexander Hyder, the first driver off pit road in 9th on the inside lane. And then 10th to his outside is the 89 of Aiden Smith. Pace car is going to dive off. Ryan Barone, the control car, as they head towards the Geico restart zone. And back to the green flag. Back racing on lap 38.
Oh, you got a hell of a jump. He's going to set sail. Probably not. But he's going to lead into turn 1. That's all that matters. They knew, anyone watching the broadcast knows Ryan Barone was here tonight, but he might lose the lead if he left the top open.
Like Ryan Blaney this past Sunday, leaving the top open, allows the competition to try to get by for the top spot. Barone on the inside, Martinez to the outside, trying to wrap the top lane and take over the top spot. Barone maybe thought about pitching for the wall. Martinez takes advantage. He'll lead the line that time. And now the 48 machine out in front here at Chicagoland.
Michael Walls, he's trying. That ain't Michael Walls. That's Andretti Robinson trying to make the top one for third. But Michael Walls here. The Walls and someone is fighting actual ghosts. It's Connor. Blocking an invisible entity in the grass. I think Chicago is haunted Dawson Allen.
It very well could be. I think we've seen some ghosts here before, but right now, battle on, moving forward, trying to, is the 24 of Alexander Hyder. He's working on Jason Samito for the 7th place spot, the 24. Freshest tires in the field so far belong to this 24. We'll see what he tries to do to get around him. You see Garrett White going down to the bottom lane and back to the top. Looks like he got loose off the corner. Meanwhile, battle is for second. Barone might have got the outside wall as Trey Robinson and Michael Walls both are going to go by this 46 car with Bradley Sawinski now giving pursuit.
Clear. And 46 is a dart without feathers, but it's got my face plastered on it, so it's pretty fitting. It's not fitting that dropping back. I've never ran a lap outside the top 10 in this league. You don't fact check that, but just believe me. But he's going to keep fighting for hold on Brad. And the first guy on fresh tires, AJ Hyder's already worked his way up to 6, so we're going to see probably about 5 laps fresher, but it seems to be making a difference right now.
He pit 6 laps to go. The other tires are right around him here 16 laps ago, including a caution. Oh, Jason Semino sent into the grass. What a save by Jason Semino. Aiden Smith dropping spots too, but Jason Semino, he was able to go through the grass and keep it pointed in the right direction. Take a look at what happened. Contact, he got loose on the exit of the corner, then just contact with Garrett White, nowhere to go. Jason Marshall helps turn him, but he gets it pointed in the right direction. Kudos to Jason Semino on that save.
I would have just spun it. Now he's by himself. There's no fun in that.
Oh, I'm sure there'll be a caution or two come out throughout this race. They are not going to be green to the end of this race, I don't think. Battle is on for second. Battle for second here. Very Robinson, 45 to 47 of Michael Walls. The top 4 occupied by numbers 45 through 48. That won't last for long as Ryan Barone gets passed by Alexander Hyder in the 24. Also creeping back in the pictures, Oscar Enriquez in the 96. He is moving back through the field after dropping back earlier on. He's also on the same tires that Alexander Hyder has put on, same lap, 9 laps ago. Our most recent caution. Only Ethan Harrison spinning through the grass up on the front stretch. 3 cautions so far tonight, and now 4. Just as I say it, talk about timing. Oh, it's Brandon Thomas and Declan George. It looks like involved.
Oh God.
Brandon Thomas just talked about, just got his laps back. Get back on the lead lap. After having been off the lead lap for the entirety of the race due to missing the start. We'll take a look at your BRN replay and show you what happened. Looks like it might start with Declan George in the 17, catching the wall, spinning on the track. Oh man, Brandon Thomas just nowhere to go.
Bad deal.
All the adversity he had to fight through just to have this happen on lap number 44. We'll take a look on the onboard camera with Brandon Thomas. See the 17 to the outside. He'll catch the wall. And then just, man, really will contact the Ford car. Almost goes for a tumble there. Gets airborne. Back on all 4s, but heavy damage to the Ford car from that accident.
Yeah. Oh, boo. Andretti's good. My brain's scrambled. I don't really know what's happening no more.
Couple drivers
We
coming
got
out
pit
pit
stops,
road.
I'll tell you that.
That's Dimitri Mundris in the 14, Connor Zola in the 25. I believe that is Corbin Collins in the 71 as well, coming down pit road among some other drivers taking pit stops here. Nicholas Martinez, however, does not elect to pit, stays out and maintains this race lead.
For those wondering, I know a lot of people are, Ryan Barone has 21.7 laps of fuel left. That's an exact number. On his last stop, his right front was at 88, 88, 93%. Do you want to know the other tires?
Give it to me.
All right, left front, 95, 95, 100. Left rear, 96, 96, 100. And right rear, 88, 88, 93. Quentin Haley built a balanced setup this week. Good job, Quentin Haley, wherever he is. He isn't racing. Did you notice that?
I have noticed that.
He's not here. He's not here. What do you think he's doing? Let's speculate.
I honestly don't know.
You don't know? If you were Quentin Haley, what would you be doing right now?
I don't know. I really don't know. What do you think? What do you think, Christian Visconti, that Quentin Haley is currently doing right now instead of racing?
If I had to guess, he's probably watching car crash compilations on YouTube. Or playing World of Warcraft. That's the singular wireless poll of the day. What do you think he's doing? Those are the 2 options.
Vote now on your phones.
Yeah, get your phone out. We should make an app for this. You know how to make apps? I don't, but someone has to, right?
I don't know how to do it either, honestly. But I mean, there probably is a way to make a poll. I guarantee I can look on this on my Streamlabs stuff, find a way to make a poll. We can make a singular wireless poll.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna do something really quickly. I'm gonna refresh the paints
Getting the lap.
for Michael Walls because he asked earlier in the race to refresh the paints, and I'm doing it now. Of course, on lap 47, just to see if it'll update his paint. Because the thing is, I've had them updated at the start of the race. So if Micah had his paint scheme updated properly, it would show up properly. It's not then probably because it's showing a 47 scheme, of course the Kroger scheme. That I believe that is AJ's scheme from 2017 AJ Allmendinger scheme. That's what that is. It's got the sim stamp number and then it's got the actual number on it too.
Oh yeah.
So
I noticed that.
If you're seeing that, then I'm seeing it too, and it's right.
Yeah.
So that's the good thing, is that it was right. So I'm updating this in the middle of the race just for Micah to have had it wrong in the first place, which is just fantastic.
I should black flag him. If I could, I would. I can't. I lost all my power.
And schemes are currently like doing that little flash where they update. Yeah, no, Micah's is updated. It updated itself back to that. So, yeah, blame Micah Walls for doing it wrong.
Someone should tell him you got to go into options and then you got to press hide card numbers. I think that's it. No one told him that.
Paints are updated and nothing changed. So Michael Walls made a mistake. Jonathan Parker is laughing somewhere. I can just hear it. So pace car's off. We're going back green on lap number 49. Just about 52 laps to go in this race, and we're back racing here in the Trick or Treat 150.
Who named this race, by the way?
I would assume it's going to be Matrix Media.
Did you name it?
I did not.
Who is that?
You're asking the guy the wrong questions. I get paid to broadcast these races. I don't get paid to know who the sponsors are sometimes. Unless they give me something to read.
Anyway, I hope they're getting a lot of value out of me being here. Nicholas Martinez is still leading. I think I'm friends with him. I don't really remember who I like and who I don't like. It changes weekly, but he's leading the field as we are one lap shy of halfway.
We're trying to jockey for positions here as they get back green. The field's stacked up as it is after the caution. You want to capitalize and get as many spots as possible when the field is all nice and tight together. And I'm seeing some guys try to capitalize on that. Some guys are not doing a good enough job. The battle for the lead still heating up. Hyder and Michael Walls are chasing down this 48 of Nicholas Martinez.
Get the cross flag, so their race will be official if we get weather and or another disaster happens, so that's good to know. I'm checking the weather tab there. It just says cloudy, though, so I think we'll get a full race. We got to pass for the lead. Hyder taking it.
On the inside, Michael Walls trying to make the same pass work as the 24 works the bottom lane to try to take back the top spot.
Yeah, I'm never doubting Hyder again. I was dunking on him for not pitting on 25, and he's still leading at 50, so it don't matter. He's smarter than me. Ethan Harrison's starting to work his way. He's already up to, what, 10th or trying to grab 10th, so he's coming back from his little thin dig through the grass. He might be one to watch.
He's been all through the field tonight. Got all the way up to third place at one point. Dropped all the way back to 24th after the spin. He is now fighting for a top 10 spot once more and trying to keep picking up spots and keep pushing back forward.
And Martinez almost had, there must be a death wiggle or something on exit. He just about wiped out Micah there. He had a hell of a moment as Enriquez tries to split the gap 3 wide, but Micah slams the door on him.
He wanted to go 3 wide. Instead, it's going to open the door for Connor Trafari to try it on the inside. Thought about it. Walls pulls back in the back behind the 48 car of Nicholas Martinez, and suddenly we're back to battling side by side for third between Connor Trafari and Michael Walls.
Hyder's gap in the field.
Oh! Walls and Trafari make contact!
Man, they're going to kill each other. This is not good. James USA's up to 7th. What a hoss. Oh, he's in the wall. I jinxed him.
Oh, everybody's scattering here. Everybody trying to just avoid this wall contact. Look at this. 5 cars, throw them under a blanket. Trafari, Martinez, Enriquez. That's Jason Marshall in the 3 with Michael Walls to his outside.
This track is pretty wide, but you want to know it judging by how much contact these guys are making with each other. They are tight on each other. Mike is almost hitting Martinez again, middle of the corner for fourth. As Enriquez clears Martinez for third. I know who's who.
You mentioned it when I started shouting about the contact there between Michael Walls and Connor Trafari. Alexander Heider is trying to check out from this field. He is out to about an 0.8 of a second lead now over Connor Trafari, who slots into second. Oscar Enriquez settles into third, about a second back. After that, it's just a madhouse back here from fourth all the way back to about maybe 11th place. Jason Marshall! That's going to stack him all up! There goes Michael Walls. Garrett White's in it! And it started with Jason Marshall. Jason Samito! No chance to stop on that one.
That was that. I don't even know why that started. I don't know if Marshall got forced on the apron there. We're going to check it out.
We're going to hit the BRN replay to show you what happened because it looked like the three clipped the apron, on his own, and just it kind of got him loose. We'll take a look and see here. This is them heading out of turn 4, heading down towards turn 1. Did his motor blow up?
I think so. I hear the game chat and someone said he blew up right in front of me, so it's possible, but I don't know how. It
sounded like we're going to ride on board with Jason Marshall quickly. Listen to this. Yeah, it blows up right in front of the field.
Yeah, that's weird.
You see Michael Walls, Garrett White, Hunter Collier gets involved too. And then at the end of this, Jason Samito, just nowhere to go, gets involved there, tagging the 3. He had front end damage, so it's not shocking. But then just nowhere to go for these guys. Saw Michael Walls. Look at him and see what happens here with 47 and 26. I mean, just everybody stacking up, trying to miss. James Usyk gets into the 47. He cuts back down off the wall. Garrett White gets into him. Hunter Collier had nowhere to go. Michael Walls gets hit by Jason Marshall. Mentioned Jason Samito. We'll ride on board with the 94. Show you what he saw. Because all he sees up ahead is chaos. And he's trying to miss it. He's trying to miss it. You see everybody getting out of the gas, trying to miss this wreck. Hunter Collier spins out the track. He has to miss him. And as he's trying to thread the needle just in the grass, you can't slow down enough. And slides right into Jason Marshall in the 3.
Stuff now, and I'm getting some criticisms from people watching the stream. They said I am really quiet.
And the thing is, I have you jacked all the way up audio-wise, so I don't know.
What the hell?
We'll try that some more. I've been kind of trying to tinker with it to see if I can fix it. I'm seeing that you're getting some good output on my end, but at the same time, I don't know how that works with this thing where it's like, oh yeah, the audio is fine, but then the audio is not fine. So try talking again real quick. Just talk about what we've seen so far in this race here on lap 59, coming up on about 40 laps to go.
Yeah, we've seen some good racing. I'm just pissed that Big XASCAR and Chase Gibbons are trying to silence me and mute my mic. I'll be back next week, probably a bit after that, because I can't race Cup for a couple weeks, even though I'll be unsuspended at the end of next week. It's messed up. I have to get back to 0x. I was at 17 after Atlanta. I'll come back with 4. So I got at least 2 more weeks in county jail.
Yeah, you got some work to do, but that's okay.
I don't think it was all my fault either, man. I think it's a witch hunt. That's why I got Ethan Harrison has my logo on his car, the back end of it. Barone's got my logo on his car. We're making a peaceful protest here, if you will. That's probably the only 2 dumb enough to have me on their car, so. But I appreciate them.
So as we get ready to choose this time, I believe we will go green with 40 laps to go. Alexander Heider, your race leader. Connor Trafari is second. Oscar Enriquez third. Nicholas Martinez fourth. James Usyk is currently slated in the 5th spot before the choose. Ethan Harrison, Corbin Collins, Aiden Smith, Ryan Barone, and Eddie Robinson are your top 10 as they run. Everybody choosing that time. Nothing really too crazy yet. Hyder goes to the bottom, Trafard to the top. They kind of just alternate like it was a normal restart. Not really any shakeups in the choose much. Maybe the difference I see, maybe Ryan Barone jumping to the outside of row 4, so he'll pick up a spot. Actually, 2 spots there, because I see where Corbin Collins and Aiden Smith both chose the bottom. That allowed the top lane for Barone and Robinson to pick up a spot each.
Someone said, everyone, let's flip a coin. Are we going to be plowing tight or wrecking loose? So I guess that's how the setup's driving. I guess it's a coin flip every time they fire off. I don't know. That's just what he said. I have no idea. I believe him from what we've seen, though.
40 laps to go. Should not have to stop again this race. With the way things are running, you could make it, theoretically. We'll see if anybody has to make it. But the pace car is off. It is Alexander Hyder launching the restart zone, bringing us back to green. 40 laps left here at Chicagoland.
Sorry, I'm distracted. Quinn Haley sending me hate mail on the broad, or through social channels. Kind of messed up, but we're green. Hyder's leading. Him and Trafari, the story probably all season, and we're trying to wreck again.
Arteta slid off turn 2. It's Corbin Collins, bottom of 3 wide there in that 71, that black and red 71, trying to make his way through the field. We saw him last season win a couple races, and he's trying to win some more here this season, pick up where he left off in that park time schedule. Right now, battling with Ethan Harrison for 5th. How about the recovery? Harrison trying to crack the top 5 yet again.
Is Corbin on fresh tires? He's got to be. He's absolutely flying through these guys. He's making them
he's
for
in
third.
much fresher tires. Yeah, much fresher tires in the field.
Yeah.
So this 71 just rolling that Western Star Chevy SS up to 3rd. And now he's got the race leaders in his sights. Hyder and Trafari just up ahead of this 71.
They should easily get them within a few laps, I'd imagine. As long as nothing catastrophic happens, which it might. You never know. He might even get him by the end of this lap, honestly.
Runs the bottom, same lane as our top 2. We'll see what he does to try to make the move on Trafari and Hyder. Does he go to the top, or does he stick to the bottom? He'll go to the top. Look at this. Trafari
Not the top, though.
He runs about the middle lane, but he'll still get to run off the corner here on Trafari and set his sights on that black rear bumper, that DuPont bumper with Alexander Hyder's name all over it. He wants to get this top spot, and quick.
We're gonna have some green flag stops, I think. People on Barone's strategy, they got about 8.
Oh, Oscar Enriquez got the wall! Somehow they almost saved it. Harrison slides. He's spinning. Oh, Larry Miles, heavy hits.
Oh, he's not happy. Ethan Harrison is not a happy camper on the radio. We can't transmit what he just said, that we'd get kicked off the air.
Take a look at what happened here. This all transpires. It looks like Nicolas Martinez trying to hold off Oscar Enriquez in the 96. Just see right here, the 48 trying to hang on to 96. No, he just powers to the outside wall and pulling it off. He slides into Harrison. Harrison gets back into the 96. And then right here, Larry Miles just trying to miss. Nowhere to go. And sends in. Right on board with Larry Miles. You see it all happen ahead. Got a gap, and all of a sudden, there's a car right there.
Well, interestingly, I think we're in the fuel window. So why some of these guys did not just pit is beyond me. But I should know better than to question these guys. Most of the field is pitting, though. It's a land rush, although some are not.
I would think a call to not pit here from some of these guys. We've had a lot of cautions, so a lot of time to just save fuel. The ability to just keep saving and keep, just saving whatever. But for someone like Corbin Collins, we'll pull up the ticker so we can show you this. Their stints they have. You can see Corbin Collins has been out there for only 19 laps. He has not been out there long. With these cautions, he's been able to try to extend. For somebody like Alexander Hyder, Connor Trafari, 31 laps apiece. It's been a longer time for them, so we'll have to see what they're at fuel-wise and how close they're getting. Diego Roldan at 30, Connor Zola at 20 since he last pit. You see then the rest of the field behind them, Chase Gibbons, Hunter Collier, Dimitri Mundras very recently under the last caution, I believe. So those guys have a chance to make it, I would say, better than the rest of the top 5. The tire difference will play a huge factor, though, for a lot of these guys. And we'll see. You know, maybe they're saving a set of tires for the end in case we get a late caution. Or maybe just trying to hope and pray that this race can go a little bit longer, you know, before we get that late caution so they can take those tires and take advantage of it while everybody else has already burned off their stuff. So it's a big gamble. It's a big play. And we'll see what happens as we get ready to restart here this next time. When we go back green, I think it'll be about, call it 31 laps to go. It really depends on when we get 1 to green. On lap 67 right now, still pacing. If it's 2 to green now, 1 to green on 68, we'll go green on lap 69. That'll give us 32 laps to go when we go back green.
One to watch here. Martinez, currently at 9th, obviously probably might gain or lose a spot or two based on the choose. He's the first one on fresh tires from that last cycle, or that stop. Not sure where guys like Moondros, Gibbons, and Collier stand on tires if they pit the caution before or what. You got that stuff, so you'll probably be able to know a little better than me. But first one on fresh tires from this caution is Martinez in 9th and Barone in 10th. So those are 2 to watch.
So it's definitely hard to tell with drivers like Chase Gibbons who have had damage and have had accidents. Same with Dimitri Mundras, who's pit 6 times this race, to know how many tire sets they have left. It doesn't tell me how many they have left. But just, you know, my observation, obviously, I think, was somebody like, you know, Hunter Collier's had damage, so he got repairs done. So I don't think he's out. Neither is Chase Gibbons, I don't think. Dimitri Mundras, I don't believe is either, because a lot of his pit stops have been just topping off on fuel at the ends of these cautions. So we'll have to see. You know, a guy like Nicholas Martinez, who just pit only 2 times, he's coming up pit road, so he still has a set. So does Ryan Barone. So does James Houston, the 42. Adrian Robinson might be out of tires. His 3rd stop tonight there, so he might have used his last set here. Same with Ryan Kane, 4 stops tonight. Bradley Sawinski has made 3 stops so far. He might have used up his last set. It just all depends, really, on. We'll see at the end. It pretty much is my way of putting it. When we hit the end of the race, if we get a late caution, we'll get to see who's got a set of tires and who doesn't.
Yeah, if you're out of tires now, you're in for a rough ride, because we definitely ain't going green to the end. I'm not even sure how you could end up in that spot, but stranger things have happened in this world.
We'll see. Corbin Collins choosing the bottom, Alexander Hyder to the top, Strafari on the top of row 2 with Diego Roldan to his inside, Hunter Collier, Connor Zola make up row 3, then it's Dimitri Mundras and Chase Gibbons. Then back there it's Ryan Barone and Nicholas Martinez. That is your top 10.
You think we're going to see a lot of wheel spin in the Ryan Bogey restart zone? I'm renaming it because we're not paid by Geico. It's the Ryan Bogey restart zone. It just sounds good. Especially because he ain't here. But he's here in spirit.
We'll see what happens.
We might see some wheel spin.
Race car's off. Corbin Collins will launch back to the green flag. We're racing once more here in Chicagoland.
I'm keeping my eyes on Martinez and Barone. Like I said, they're kind of just bottlenecked right now. Obviously, probably as we run a few laps, they'll start carving through the field. Barone already gaining a couple spots. Actually, he's going to leapfrog Martinez there, who almost wrecks with Robinson heading down the backstretch, trying to navigate past Chase Gibbons.
As they continue to battle here, 3 wide goes Martinez in the background of this image here. Oh, Andretti Robinson saves it. Gathers it up and keeps the 45 somehow straight for now. Still fighting. Oh, he doors Nicholas Martinez. He'll slide in the corner. How did he save that one? Matthew Logan taking evasive action into the grass. Are you kidding me? How do they save that car?
That was a moment. The moment of all time. Anyway. Barone's carving through the field. He's going to jump from 8th at the start of this lap to 6th. That's a big gain. Good job, Ryan Barone. He's carving, though. He might honestly be He could end up winning this thing if we go green. He is in the catbird seat, but that's a long way to go.
Jafari and Moonders almost had contact. Barone gonna send it 3 wide.
Yeah.
Almost into Jafari. He's got Diego Roldan now to his outside as he gets by the 9. The 14 trying to close the door.
No, he's got to stay middle. Not quite able to keep it on Roldan, but still a net gain through that corner. Should probably might get both of them off of turn 2, honestly. I was going to say he'll definitely get Moondros, but I think he's going to get both of them instead of sights on Hyder for second.
See what the 46 does. He's going to cross down to the bottom. Aggressive moves, but they are paying off for Ryan Barone, who's cut his way to second now.
He's channeling the spirit of me and gone, but not forgotten. He should definitely get Collins within a couple laps. Even fighting through traffic, he ran a good bit quicker than Collins that last time by about 4/10. So it should be pretty cut and dry once he gets to the bumper, the 71.
To continue to battle back in the background here, the 42 as well on the move forward. James Uyusa.
USA.
Up to 4th right now. Highest running spot of the night for this 42 car. And looking to keep picking up spots. Started all the way back in 25th, and he is now giving chase to a top 5 spot. Now top 3 spot is underneath Dimitri Moonders. The battle for the lead. Here comes Ryan Barone in the 46 car. Going back to the top spot. We got a car having trouble in the back. Spun in the infield. It's Nicholas Martinez.
Oh,
Caution will be out because of this. Just about 25 laps to go, 26 laps to go, excuse me. We are under caution yet again. Take a look and see how this happened with your BRN replay. I believe this just happens. Chase Gibbons on the high side. Martinez just drives up into him on quarter exit. Slides into the grass. In the midst of trying to gather it up, when he rolls up right here, triggers a caution flag. Put us back under the yellow conditions. So
well, now Ryan Barone is in a pickle. Because the tires ain't old enough to really justify pitting. But I'd hate to be on defense here, but he's going to have to stay out from the lead. Corbin, I think, will pit. A lot of these guys, Hyder and Trafari should pit, and they're going to follow suit. Gibbons on pit road. I just wonder. Hyder and Trafari are really good, but I wonder if they're going to be almost too far back with not enough of a tire advantage to make this work. Because we're only going to go green with, what, like 22 to go at best? And they're going to be mired back there, so this should be interesting to watch.
Harrison wins the race off pit road, but he didn't take anything. Your drivers that actually take any pit stops there. Corbin Collins wins the race off. Diego Roldan 2nd. Turner Hyder in 3rd. Gibbons is 4th. Trafari 5th. So shaking things up because they're going to come out here. Freshest tires are currently in 12th with Corbin Collins. It's going to be interesting.
He's in 12th. That ain't as bad as I thought it would be. Interesting. You think Ryan Bogey will be back before the race ends?
I don't know.
From his recon mission?
I thought he would have been by now, but he's still gone. So
yeah. I don't know.
So 24 laps to go this time by. We'll choose on 23, go green on 22.
Is this the part where we do the credit ones to watch? Is that what this is? Because I'm watching Ryan Barone. Unbiasedly. He's going to win or die trying in my honor.
If there's somebody I think you need to watch. Just looking at the field right now, I think the pick Somebody to watch, keep your eye on, is Hunter Collier in the 1. 16th place right now. He's on fresh tires, along with everybody from about 11th on back to him. He was in a wreck earlier, and he's still rolling, and he's still had some pace, so one car could be dangerous in this race. Obviously, too, you got Hyder and Trafari. Those two are going to carve back through the field as quick as they can. Corbin Collins as well will be moving as quick as he can.
Oh.
A lot of guys.
My iRacing has crashed.
Just like you.
Alright, yeah. What the hell? I'm joining back. Did you know that Hunter Collier is from the Cayman Islands? Did you know that?
I did not know that.
It's your stat. The Cayman Islands. I hope it lets me join again. No. Interesting.
So let's reset your field. For this restart comes 1-2 laps to go. Ryan Barone choosing the top lane for this restart. Dimitri Munders to his inside of row 1. Row 2, it's Bradley Sawinski and James USA. Oscar Enriquez lining up third on the inside line. You got Ryan Kame to his outside. You got Aiden Smith in 4th on the inside lane with Andre Robinson to his outside. Then it's Jeff Acevedo and Nicholas Martinez running out your top 10. Those drivers did not come down pit road on this caution. They came down the most recent caution 12 laps ago.
All right, I'm joining back. You're going to have to thug it out by yourself for a minute here, though, because this game takes forever to load.
I've done it before. I'll do it again. Barone, Munders to front
Stand
row.
by.
They'll hit the Geico restart zone. And back to racing here in Chicagoland. The Trick or Treat 150 presented by Matrix Media. Barone with a great launch. Munders trying to hold court down the inside line. I saw the 9 of Hunter Trafari way down on the apron trying to see if he can make it work. Oh, they're wrecking out back. It's Chase Gibbons again. Corbin Collins is around. Chase Gibbons just having a rotten night of luck. We'll take a look at the BRN replay to show you what happened on this restart to this 6 car. Corbin Collins trying to force it 4 wide. Contact with Jeff Acevedo there. Spins the 71. The 6 just no shot at missing it. Matthew Logan. And then I believe that was also Jason Samito also. Just no shot at avoiding that one. And they get sucked up into that too. Corbin trying to make moves quick, trying to pick off these spots as fast as possible to get back up towards the front. And unfortunately, he ends up costing himself the race, taking himself out of action.
I'm back. I'm alive. Ryan Barone's going to lead lap 80. Storybook. Moonja's pits from 2nd. So who died? Who did we lose?
Chase Gibbons, Matthew Logan, Jason Samito, and Corbin Collins tried to force.
Nothing of value was lost. Well, Matthew Logan is of value. But can I see it? Nope. Okay. Anywho. Oh, do that. We got Brad's in 3rd. We got Ryan Kame in the top 10. This is a weird race.
Yeah, we're still not yet at 15
Collins
to
wrecked?
go. Yeah, Corbin Collins wrecked.
Are you kidding me? I had a $10 bet on him winning this race.
Oh, your parlay's busted.
Yeah. I'll lose my condo. It's okay.
Just taking the kids. It is what it is.
No. Try to make sense of all this. I have faith And Ryan Barone. The Ryan Barone glaze will not stop until I see that thing in the catch fence. I will not stop believing. We're not choosing this time, I don't think. No, that's good. That's another lap. He doesn't have to run at pace. Where's Brian Bogey's pick? He gave us a pick. Who was his pick? I don't remember.
His pick isn't even in the race.
Are you kidding me? Well, Justin Raw, if you're out there somewhere, you were his pick. There is still time, technically. He could join. Anyway, I got a question for you, Dawson Allen, if you're willing to entertain it.
Shoot it.
What did you have for dinner this fine evening?
I had some home-cooked ribs with some homemade mac and cheese and some baked beans. So I must retort back. What did you have for dinner?
Well, I was going to go to Zaxby's, but I couldn't find the Mr. Beast box on the app at my local Zaxby's. So I just ended up having air-fried chicken nuggets and french fries. So that was my dinner. It's not as cool as yours. We're wrecking at the choose cone?
That's Diego Roldan in the outside wall. He was trying to... I had noticed it like about a minute ago. He had dropped back to the field. He was trying to catch back up to the field.
What on earth? Alright.
And Martinez choosing, goes to the outside wall, and then just ends up making contact with the 99. So, interesting.
Yeah, that was the moment of all time. I don't really know what yeah. No comment. I don't know. That was dumb. Oh, Diego got an EOL for that. It's fair. That was weird. Martinez definitely got some damage. He's talking about it on the driver's chat. So we'll have to watch him. I don't know if he'll drop like a cinder block in a 2-foot creek here or not. I don't know how bad it is. I can't really tell.
We'll see.
Doesn't look awful, but you never know.
Pace car's off. Barone. James USA. The front row. Restart. We're racing once more here at Chicagoland. Make it 17 laps to go.
Hyder all the way down the apron, bottom of 4 into turn 1, and he just picked up about 5 of them. That's not what Barone needs to see. Jafari's ripping the top. I think those two are on the same strategy, so they're kind of racing each other.
Cars
and there's
the wall
a huge
on the outside. One. That's Aiden Smith, I believe, sitting backwards on the backstretch. Maybe had some contact again with Larry Miles. Once again, under the caution here at Chicagoland. Everybody just jockeying for positions, everything they could get late in this race. Slid up in front of Shafari, and Shafari just... He slid up in front of Shafari, and Shafari just kind of couldn't lift out in time. I mean, you really can't lift in that situation. Right on board with Shafari.
That also starts because Ryan came in front of Aiden Smith, hits the wall. So Smith checks up, and Connor genuinely probably couldn't even see that they were checking up, or couldn't see that Came hit the wall. Didn't know they were checking up.
Ryan Came catching the wall ahead of him. You'll see it right here on this replay. 31 comes up, smacks the outside wall. Checks up Aiden Smith, and that just no time for Shafari to react. Around goes Aiden Smith. Everybody takes evasive action and misses. So we have yet another one-car spin. Back under the caution. We'll hit 15 laps to go this time by, so we finally have the ticker change.
We're going to be choosing this time around. We are shortening yellows. The fix is in. What's this nonsense? Got any surprising guys up here? We got any cool names up here? Not really. Would you count Bradley Sawinski running third a surprise performance?
I don't know.
You don't know? You watch these things more than I do. I don't know how well he runs.
He has his moments. He has some bad luck sometimes. But, you know, having a run like this tonight, it's definitely good for Bradley Sawinski to have a run like this going right now.
God, I can't tell if that's damage or a paint scheme designed on the left side of Enriquez. I think it's damage. Yeah, it's damage. Martinez is still 5th, although I guess we didn't really get to see how bad that damage is. We went half a lap, so, but hell, if I was 5th with about 10 to go, I wouldn't pit either, so I'm all for it. Oh, don't tell me. No. They are calling into question the integrity of Ryan Barone's shoes right there.
Oh, wow, absolutely. He completely blew the shoes.
Yeah. I wasn't gonna say nothing, but he does make a good argument though. They shortened the yellow, which I mentioned, but they didn't say anything over race control. So it is understandable that he did not know they were choosing. I can see the argument.
Yeah, that's fair too. They didn't call it out to him.
They did not.
So we'll see what happens. Going to agree with 13 laps to go. Ryan Barone, Bradley Sawinski, the front row. They'll mash the gas and get back to green.
Brad got a really good restart. Beat Barone there, not what you can do to the line. At least I think he beat him to the line.
It looked like this 46 that started and had wheel spin, but look who's coming in the mirror now. Alexander Hyder and Connor Trafari in the mix now.
It's all starting to fall apart for Barone. I don't know if they will give him a penalty for that choose cone or what, but he's going to keep fighting for the win here because it is for the win right now. He'll be clear of Brad, but he doesn't have to worry about Brad or James behind him. He has to worry about that 24 and the 9 coming hot on his tail. We got a little, what is that, 12 to go at the line here.
12 laps remaining. Alexander Hyder to the outside of Bradley Sawinski for third. He's trying to keep pushing forward. The dominant season. Back-to-back championships for Hyder. He's looking to pick up the win here tonight and keep this train rolling. He's up to third.
Oh, we got a wreck,
Caution. It's Connor Zola, it looks like.
lap.
Andretti Robinson. Heavy damage to the 45. And we'll go back under the yellow flag.
I really hope for Connor Zola's sake that was a blown tire, because that's not a pretty wreck. Oh no.
VRM replay. On the high side of the 45. Just like he gets loose and spins down the track into the 45.
Interesting. I wonder if anyone in the back has just tires they just want to put on. I don't think anyone up front's going to pit. They'd be crazy.
There you go. No, Bradley Sawinski. Oscar Enriquez, I'm telling you, these guys have got some tires they're going to use here now. And what better time to do them? We saw how well Hyder and Trafari were able to move through the field. Now is the time to use them because they've had plenty of time to get these tires, worn down. I mean, looking at the field right now, too, the worst you're going to come off pit lane, the best you're going to come off pit lane right now is 9th. Everybody, top 8 stayed out. 9th on back are on pit lane, getting their last set of tires. This could be a race-winning play, but one of these guys getting ready to roll off pit lane.
Only problem I have with that is, and it might not even matter because tires seem to matter a good bit, is gonna have all these guys on tires, and obviously the guys that stayed out are gonna be pretty slow. There's probably gonna be a lot of quick wrecks here, which will really cut down on the amount of laps these guys will have under green to make those tires work. But I still think that might be the race winning call, honestly. Especially if we shorten yellows again. I'm not sure if that's gonna be, if we're gonna keep doing that or not. But it only helps those guys that just pit. Not shortening this one, I don't believe.
This season so far, it has been crazy, to say the least. You had the season opener at Daytona. Checker flag went to Jonathan Jurgensmeyer. Dimitri Mundras picked up the win 2 weeks ago at Atlanta. Talking about Alexander Heider, who's right now in third, looking to pick up the win tonight. 6 wins of the season last season. Tonight, he is looking for his best finish of the season. He's only finished 24th and 31st in his 2 starts. It has been a bad start so far, these first 2 go-arounds. He's looking to change that tonight with this run.
Do you know I won a race last season and you didn't even broadcast it?
I do. I am aware.
That's messed up.
Yeah, I've had a lot of things happen. A lot of times work does not work kindly, and you know this league. I try to get home for it in time and stuff, but sometimes work just is more important. I have to stay and I have to help out, and it just causes me to miss. It's why we've moved to BRN. That's why we brought in Ryan Bogey. To be able to not miss any of the action, or at least attempt not to, because of course Ryan has a life of his own to mention. He was supposed to have been back. He's still not back yet.
So where he's at.
He's still gone, so he's on his quest right now, but he might be back here soon enough. So that's what the deal is with this. So that's how things all shake out. It's just life. Life happens. Sometimes you just can't make it, you know, for this. So we try our best to do so here on BRN to get you a broadcast for here at the XASCAR MotorStardom Cup Series as well. The SoFa Racing League Thursday nights. So.
I mean, you could just quit your job and broadcast iRacing full time, man.
Chase Gibbons doesn't pay me enough for that. If he could pay me my salary that I make at my job, if he could pay me how much I make at my job now, that'd be nice, but he can't do that. So let's restack the field. Ryan Barone choosing the top. James USA on the bottom of row 1. It is Alexander Heider on the outside. Connor Shafar on the inside of row 2. Dimitri Mundras, your winner at Atlanta. He's lining up on the outside of row 3 with Hunter Collier to his inside lane. Remember that one car I called him out as one to watch? He's up there now in the top 5. Brandon Thomas, Jeff Acevedo, 7th and 8th. Bradley Sawinski, Ethan Harrison, the first 2 on tires. They are 9th and 10th. The pace car is going to dive off. 7 laps to go here in Chicagoland. Barone will match the gas, bringing us back to the green flag.
Definitely watching the 77 and 28. Right now, Ethan Harrison's the first guy on fresh tires ahead of Brad right there. And what about the 8th or 7th position? But that's could be the battle for the win, depending on how well they're able to carve through these guys that stayed out on that last yellow.
Ryan Barone holds strong in the race lead for now. Heider in second is closing.
Yeah, Heider's been good all over the track. Honestly, I mentioned it earlier, like one of the first green flag runs. I think even if Barone wraps the fence, Heider still might be able to get him on the bottom, especially with slightly fresher tires. They might have equalized by now with heat cycles and whatnot, if that's even in this game. But Barone's going to have to get his elbows out here if he has any chance of winning this race.
Heider's got a run, coming to the inside of the 46 for the race lead.
He's going to really sent it down in there. Barone might be able to cross him. Not quite. I think Heider might be able to set sail here, honestly.
Heider takes the lead.
Will have one shot into turn 1 here to try and get it back.
5 laps to go.
He's gonna go for it.
Those fresh tires have not been able to make the moves. They are up to 7th with Ethan Harrison. Bradley Sawinski's 8th. Oscar Riga is 9th. Barone going to slide up in front into the wall. Heider gets the wall too. Here come the field. James USA to the inside. 3-1 for the lead.
That was the only shot Brown had. He's still bouncing off the walls. Moondress is going to try and take the lead here, but still somehow, despite all that, Hyder might end up still coming out on top.
Hyder to the outside. He'll take back the point.
That's unreal.
Ryan Barone trying everything he's got. All around goes Dimitri Moondress. Caution flag. Sawinski, Harrison in the grass. They'll gather it up.
Oh, we're wrecking under yellow. Enriquez around in 3-2.
Oh my God, and Oscar Enriquez is turned around.
What on earth is happening? Well, it's all gone off the rails. Classic XASCAR fashion. I don't know what just happened.
So we've got to look at your BRN replay to see what happened to get the 14 around in the first place. Tight racing here. And going 4 wide. Ryan Barone shoving it in, trying to get spots if he can. Ends up just hooking the 14 on the exit of the corner. Ethan Harrison spinning to miss. Hits Bradley Sawinski. Now through all of this, what happens to Oscar Enriquez in the corner? Connor Jafari just turns the 96. I don't think there's...
Oh, we got more contact under yellow.
Live right now. I think Dimitri Moondress about to come up and pay some favors to the 46. We'll take a quick look back. Here's a replay at 14, of course, driving mad. Oscar Enriquez, too. You see Enriquez pulls up here. Barone pulls in front of Jafari. Enriquez gets in front of the 9. Moondress dropping back, but Enriquez, you saw the 96. Not happy with Connor Jafari. Just pulling in front of him. Not happy about what happened there in turn 3. That's going to cost Enriquez this race, too. He had a chance at it on fresh tires. Sawinski went through the grass. Harrison had the slide as well, so likely burned up their fresh tires. Enriquez had a good shot to do it. They got turned by Jafari under yellow. Just a disaster.
That's all gone cattywampus for these guys. Except AJ Hyder, despite being fenced, somehow still in the lead. There's not even like a scratch on that thing. Just a miracle. So he's probably going to end up being our winner here. If I had to guess. I know I'm calling it a little early, but based on what I've seen tonight.
And don't count out the 100 Collier in second place right now. I mean, he has got a good shot on the same tires that Hyder's on, the same strategy calls. So one car could play a factor. He could have a chance at winning this race. We'll have to see. So officially into overtime on lap number 100. Here tonight. So we got some extra racing in the Trick or Treat 150 presented by Matrix Media. Alexander Hyder looking for his first win of the season. It's been a poor start so far. He has finished 24th and 31st to kick off season number 5 here at iRacing. You got Hunter Collier right there behind him looking to have a good run tonight. He's also yet to finish in the top 10 so far this season.
I definitely took out a couple heavy hitters. Brown's got a lot of damage, and Jafari's, I don't know how they're going to handle the start. We got 5 of them if we want to use them all, and I hope we do. Just to prove I'm not the problem. It's not my fault.
I believe Dimitri Moondress has, I know he's back in, he's not left the session, so he's still here.
Still chugging. Enriquez still going.
Enriquez still going, but like I said, he's in a pretty bad spot right now. He's back in 14th, which should have been a top 5 spot. If not for the contact with Connor Jafari, the choose happening here. Hyder goes to the outside. Collier on the inside.
That's interesting. That's kind of... If Collier gets a good restart here, he might be able to clear him off too. I don't hate the bottom here. Ethan's on technical fresh tires, but as you said, kind of did a lazy half spin through the grass during that last wreck. So, and even then, they weren't really paying dividends even beforehand. But he has a chance at it.
This top 5 right now, it's Hyder, Collier, Harrison, USA, and Sawinski. Only driver in this top 5 that is yet to win here in the Cup Series is James USA. Has yet to score a win here in this league. AJ Hyder, 12 wins to his name. Hunter Collier's won 4 times. Ethan Harrison twice. Bradley Sawinski's found victory lane once before. Looking to see if he can make it number 2 tonight.
Brennan Thomas is in the top 10. That's a shocker.
Especially how his night's been. He's in the top 10. Let's see what he can do. It's overtime here at Chicagoland for Season 5, Race 3. Here, the green flag flies. Extra laps here at Chicagoland.
Not a good start from Collier. He really needed at least to be even with Hyder on entry here, but he's not even going to be close. Hyder's got nothing but clean track in front of him and really no pressure from out back.
All that matters is if we can make it to the white flag. That's all that really matters.
Yeah.
Collier and James USA got to battle it out for second place, it looks like, in the background as the field watches helplessly.
Like Barone's definitely struggling with that damage, but he's dropping back. But we got 1 to go. Race is official for real this time, and it's really just a race for second right now as Hyder's got nothing really to worry about.
Hyder can put it in coast from here.
Oh, Brad back in the wall back there. Oh, he was wrecked on the back.
They're wrecking in the back. Harrison's around and others still spinning. Oh, big hit by Ryan Kane, but up front, it's going to be Alexander Hyder. Through 3 and 4. The 24 finds victory lane for the first time this season. He'll win it at Chicagoland.
The finish at Chase Gibbons top 10 in this economy. You're kidding. Well, I can't say Hyder didn't deserve that one. That was a classic Hyder ass kicking. Dare I say, him or Jafar are the best ones all night. And despite my criticisms of his strategy, he proved I have no idea what I'm talking about. And that's why he's won a lot of these things, and I've won about 2 of them.
Has the field just destroyed all around as he makes his way down to the front stretch. He'll burn it down here on the front straightaway at Chicagoland. 13th career win for Alexander Hyder in a hectic race here at Chicagoland. It took 1 overtime to get there. That 24 machine finds himself back in victory lane.
We got the damn finish of cars going on here. We got Connor Zola getting pushed across the line. He did not want a DNF on his permanent record. And he won't get one. He made it. Irregardless, guess who we gotta talk to? We gotta talk to Hunter Collier and James USA in conjunction with AJ Hyder.
Yeah,
That's a stacked group of guys.
Let's take a look at your finishing results tonight here from Chicagoland. Mentioned it. Hyder, Collier, James USA, the top 3. Nicholas Martinez somehow was able to gather back up to 4th. And look who finishes 5th. Corbin Collins.
Wow.
Through all of that, comes back to finish 5th. Dimitri Munders coming home 6th as well. Oscar Enriquez takes home 7th. It was Diego Roldan in 8th. Chase Gibbons 9th. And Jason Samito. Man, how many times did I say Jason Samito in that wreck? He's going to come home 10th tonight.
And not a bad rebound. Ryan Barone bearing my likeness tonight, drove like me a bit at the end there. He comes home 11th. Brad will be 12th. Brandon Thomas 13th. Larry Miles, Declan George, Brian Kame, Ethan Harrison, Jeff Acevedo, Connor Zola, and Connor Jafari round out your top 20 finishers.
Rest of your field was Andretti Robinson 21st. Matthew Logan at 22nd. Aiden Smith comes home 23rd. Jason Marshall 24th. Michael Walls 25th. Garrett White in 26th. Gabe Cazola 27th. The last driver in the field. Ryan Bogey shows up as a driver entered in this race. He was not racing.
Oh, what the hell? That's a scam.
Yeah. Well, let's take a look quickly at that last lap incident. if we can.
Ethan Harrison got tattooed on the back stretch. That was rough. Hope he's all right.
This happens here. It's Dimitri Mundras and Ethan Harrison. Contact in the backstretch. And Bradley Sawinski nowhere to go. Harrison gets spun up the track. And then back down the track he goes. And Ryan Kane just bam! Right into the 77. And through all of that, too, I want to say as Sawinski got turned to the infield, there was more carnage happening in the corner, it sounds like. I see Ryan Barone, Brandon Thomas is part of it. We'll look and see what happened maybe to the 4. There you see the 17 around. So as Thomas spun back up the track, kind of, but not all the way. There's the 17 of Declan George. So we'll see what happened to the 17. Missing that accident, but right there, just turned car. I think that's Larry Miles in the 30 that was turned around. Declan George hits. Just a lot of carnage all around. But in the end, that leads to some drivers out of tonight's race, unable to complete it. So we'll see if we can get a hold of our top 3 tonight.
We got some of them conglomerating.
Yeah, we'll first get a hold.
The waiting.
First things first, we'll see if we can get a hold of our first place finisher tonight. Or third place finisher, excuse me. I'm doing it backwards. Our third place finisher tonight, Mr. James USA. Hey, James USA, it's tossing down in the booth. You got a copy?
Oh, yes, I do.
Alrighty, it is another third place finish for you here tonight. You're able to walk away with a good finish. What was that race like for you there, coming up at the end, having to just try to make it through all the chaos to have a good finish tonight?
I mean, I ran pretty poor the first part of the race, but I didn't make the first pit stop with everyone else, so I had that extra set of tires. Not extra set of tires, but extra 10 laps of fresh tires. And I was able to drive right through the field just fine. And then I somehow just me and Barone were up there in the top 2, and I was like, I might have a shot to win. And then Jafari and Hyder pitted for fresh tire. I was like, oh crap. So obviously Hyder won the race, but I thought maybe if it would have stayed green, I would have had a chance to win the race. It was just at the end there, it was just chaos. I feel like when I made that move, when Barone threw that slide job, I was like, oh crap, I'm on the bottom, about to take the lead, and I just wash up, and Hyder's Hyder. He just took the lead and ended up winning the race, obviously.
Well, it's still a podium finish for you. You're second of this season. How does that feel for you as this season starts to kick into high gear, having these good runs early on?
Oh yeah, I mean it feels good. I mean I thought I was never gonna finish top 5 or top 10 ever again on these tracks. I thought I had no confidence in these races when I come in here with these cars. I think I'm gonna run 15th all race and maybe not get involved in a wreck. But finishing P3, I think it's definitely a confidence booster, especially after all those green white checkers and being able to stay up there without any problem. It did get pretty sketchy with all those 4 wide, 3 wide moves that everyone was making, but it made for some fun racing.
Yeah, fun racing for us to watch from the booth here. So, but a third place run tonight for the 42 team. You know, teammates, sponsors, shoutouts. What got you there?
Well, I guess my Target car. Come back to NASCAR Target. I miss you. EC Racing with Connor Zola. I guess he was in the race with me today. Chris Downey. Tell he's sick and he get the race. I guess Kroger and Nos again. Either not on my car. And then I guess thank you guys for streaming the race. And yeah.
Alrighty, he finished his third here tonight. It is James USA taking home the podium finish. Congrats on the third place run, James.
Thank you.
And I believe we can send it to Christian, who's going to get a hold of our second place finisher tonight.
Oh boy.
Yeah, you're going to let you do an interview, right?
Oh boy.
Ryan's not here to do it, so you're going to do it. It is
Let's
going to
drag
be.
him in here.
Yeah, let's see
We
if we.
got Hunter Collier on the horn. Somewhere. There he is. Hunter Collier, it's your good pal Christian Visconti live in the booth. Do you got a copy, buddy?
Yes, sir. I got you, Mr. Christian Visconti.
Wow. I mean, honestly, you were, I don't care what they say about you. You were my pick all day long. I was this close to winning. I put $20 on you winning. It almost happened. What did that race look like from your perspective? Because you weren't really up there in the mix, the top 5 in that first half, but you came alive in the second half.
Well, I spent a lot of time sitting in the back at the start because I wasn't really used to the track. I ran horrible in practice, horrible in qualifying. So I thought I wasn't really going to be doing too well, and I guess that was relatively accurate. But as the race went on, I started to grab more pace. I was especially good on the long runs, but I mean, there wasn't really any long runs really to show for, so didn't really feel like I had that much pace. At the end there, when Barone and Dimitri had their little spat, or whatever you would like to call it, um, I tried making a move on Yusa. He blocked, and I think that set a chain reaction that caused that wreck. And I felt like with Hyder having damage, maybe I could have had a shot at beating him, but I mean, there's nothing I really could have done there at the end.
Yeah, well, you still had a good points day. I don't know where that puts you, but a good points day is always one to write home about. Technically, you're on my main team since I'm since the incident. So good run. Thank you for doing that. You got any people you want to shout out? Any local Cayman Island businesses you want to, put on blast here before we let you go?
Yeah, I would just like to thank the broadcast team and like to thank the admins. They were really good tonight. Drivers put on an absolute show. It was great. Amazing racing the whole time. Just no incidents.
Yeah.
Yeah, but overall it's a good race. I'd like to thank my team, Team Slurp Visco Motor Club Racing Venture Garage Enterprises Autosport Technologies Junior Toro Bulls Incorporated LLC, powered by Slurp Sport Performance Industries INC. But yeah, the Slurp car was fast tonight. Just gotta capitalize on next week, get some points, and I'll be happy.
All right. Well, we appreciate you for racing. Appreciate you for taking the time out of your oh so busy day to talk to us after the race. And hopefully we get to see you next week.
Oh yeah,
I don't
no
know
problem.
where we're at, but yeah, thank you.
All right, thank you very much.
That was Hunter Collier.
And now we will see if we can get a hold of our race winner here, Hunter Hyder.
Yeah, almost.
Nope.
Got a mid-sentence there, sounding like he's talking to somebody there. Alexander Hyder, toss down in the booth. You got a copy.
Yeah, I got you guys.
Well, it's the first time we get to talk to you here in Season 5, and it comes in a very exciting race, taking home the checkered flag here at Chicagoland. What was that race like for you? Just all the different strategies having to come into play because of the cautions just shaking the running order up.
Yeah, it's typical XASCAR. Doesn't disappoint. We can't go green. So it's good to see nothing's changed there. But yeah, we were trying to hope this would go green for at least a little bit so we could have the strategy play out. But of course it didn't. So we had to shuffle our way back to the back and had to go all the way to the front a couple times. But cautions played out in our favor, and I was able to make the most of some restarts, especially that second to last restart. Getting by Barone was the first step, but I knew he really had nothing to lose there, so he threw the slider. He did nothing wrong, really, but I think we got away clean from it. But overall, it was a solid day for the most part. We didn't get wrecked, and I think that's really all I got to say about that one, yeah.
Yeah, able to come in tonight after the season you've had so far, the first two races, not been ideal, but coming in now, having this race win, how does it feel just knowing that, you can have, such down performances like those, getting wrecked out of races, having just unfortunate mishaps, taking you out of it, being able to come back through the field, just fight through it all, and then still come out a victor?
It's cool, but, again, I still wish these races would go green, but of course it's NASCAR. We can't do that. And I just wish the damage model was a little bit more fair because last week at Atlanta, I only got a little bit of contact and that destroyed my radiator. So I just wish that would be addressed, but I don't think it will.
Well, it's a win tonight. Celebrating the victory lane. Teammates, sponsor, shoutouts. What got the 24 machine out in front?
Yeah, as per usual, just want to thank everyone at Express Esports. Outlier Speed Code DuPont Machine was bad fast tonight, and just looking to keep on rolling.
Alrighty, that is your race winner tonight. Alexander Hyder picking back up on his winning ways. His 13th career win, his first in Season 5. Congrats to the win, Alex.
All right, thank you guys.
Well, Ryan Bogey never made it back. He has been sitting in here this whole time in the voice chat, but of course he disappeared and he has not been back since, so we can't ask him his opinions on the race. So we go to you, Christian. I know you would have loved to have been out there instead of being up here, but being up here watching that race, what was it like? Just the chaos, never really had a settled moment, even when we were green, it was still constant battles and just nobody really giving an inch.
Yeah, I will say for the sake of the field, probably good thing I wasn't able to race tonight because they had their hands full. So if you threw me in there, we probably would have had about 5 more cautions or something. So, but it looked like honestly pretty fun to drive. I thought that was a pretty enjoyable race when we had some green flag runs, some really good racing we saw in the middle half of the race. I thought with those 3 wide moves, but that was a solid. Your average XASCAR race. If anyone ever asks you, what's a XASCAR race like, to show them this race. It pretty much encapsulates everything you could ever want from the series.
Absolutely, and we had a great race. It was a lot of excitement, I think, and then also to the chaos that brewed with it, with everybody having issues, leading to us having this overtime restart, and then of course the chaos in the last lap leading to the checkered flag. But Hyder was able to pull away from it all. So next week we pick back up at Texas Motor Speedway. It is the Legacy Texas, so it's the slightly more fun Texas. Hyder mentioned the thing about the slight contact killing the car. We saw Jason Marshall have that issue tonight. The thing that I note of it is this was both the Legacy Gen 6 cars. So these were not your Camaros and your Mustangs. Obviously, these were the Ford Fusion and then the Chevy SS. I think what it is the older damage model still applies on these cars, and any kind of contact at the front end will just overheat the car and then of course cause it to blow up after a while. We saw it with Hyder back at Atlanta. We saw it here tonight with Jason Marshall. So that will hopefully change next week because we go back to the proper Gen 6 cars, which will be your Mustangs, your Camaros, and then the Toyota Camry also is back at play for drivers who choose to run that. That is next week at Legacy, Texas, here on BRN next Wednesday night. I don't think we have anything else on BRN. We have a race that we'll be running Friday night. Tune in for that race. Special broadcast here on Twitch, exclusively on Twitch, with Ryan Bogey broadcasting. So you don't want to miss that one. It's going to be a lot of fun. It is, I believe, a super speedway race hosted by Andrew Elias. So there'll be a lot of guys in there racing. So it'll be a lot of fun. That's Friday night here on BRN. Ryan Bogey will be hosting that. Christian, I want to thank you for joining me in the booth. I know you, like I said, you probably didn't want to, but it's a lot more fun to be up here with somebody and having somebody talk shop with while the race is going on.
I had a fun time. I think, rocky start there. We got my sea legs under me. We'll be better for next week. Hopefully Ryan Bogey isn't deployed overseas next week. He'll be here to join the fun, and we'll keep building on this. I think we're in for a good show.
And hopefully we can start before they take the green flag. A little bit before that. That was a bit of an issue we had, but that's okay. We were able to get going right as they went green, so we got flag-to-flag action for you here tonight. Want to thank you, as always, for tuning in. Want to thank the drivers, as always, for turning out and providing us with this show, because if it wasn't for them, what would we be broadcasting? Want to thank you for tuning in, as always. This is Dawson Allen signing off for Christian Visconti and Ryan Bogey, if he were to ever show up, saying so long, and have a great rest of your night.